fat off because that's just what she wanted. And I'm gonna take a little bit of fat off, and then we're gonna go ahead and cut these into cubes to make the stew beef. Alright, so pretty much all you need is a sharp knife. You just cut them in threes, and then you're gonna turn them over flat and then split them down the middle. And there you go. That's how easy it is to cut up a roast into stew meat. And this is what the butchers do and sell it to you for more money. So if you're willing to do this, you can save yourself a lot of money. Then just take your knife and cut them into the desired cubes that you want. And that's how you get your stew meat. So you could cut them, obviously you could cut them bigger, you could take more fat off, you could leave all the fat off if you want. It's all preference when it comes to cooking. But that's the size that she wanted them, so that's the size I made them. And there you go, just cut them into cubes, and you're gonna save a ton of money. And like I said, it's nice to learn little projects to save yourself money, and cut them down into cubes. And that's pretty. There you go. Just always try to make sure the meat's flat, so that way you don't have to worry about the knife slipping when you're cutting. And obviously a sharp knife, I always stress it's a safe knife because it's gonna go where it's supposed to go, because you're not gonna be straining yourself. And when you have a sharp knife, you're going to enjoy doing stuff like this because it's not going to hurt your shoulder. Alright, so take a little bit of fat off. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut them into thirds. She insists that she wanted pretty much like almost all the fat off. So once again, so by you just doing this, you're just making it easy for you to flatten the meat and cut it without hurting yourself. And then there you go. Flip it over, turn it back to the side. And then you're going to go ahead and you can cut them again, depends on how big it is. And just continue back on what we started by just cutting them in cubes. And honestly, the more you do this stuff, the more you're gonna get into it, and you're gonna find yourself wanting to do it more and more, so you can continue saving yourself and your family some money. So it's not hard at all. All you just need, the only thing that would make this hard if you don't have a sharp knife, because then you're gonna be struggling to get through the meat. So just invest in a knife. You get a decent knife for like $20, $30, and it's gonna make the task of cutting and prepping meat or vegetables at home a lot easier. So just want to consistently keep cutting through the cubes, and there you go. And flatten it out. Always make sure the surface is flat, so that way the knife don't slip, or you don't have to worry about doing an overcut. So there you go. And these are perfect cubes because I portioned them out perfectly. And continue cut through the middle. Now with the bottom round, you're gonna have a little bit of gristle at the end that you might want to take out. Depends if you're not gonna cook them for too long, which you should, because it's the bottom, so it's tough. But it's all preference. And pretty much that's everything we got when we finish cutting up the bottom round roast into small pieces. We